Oh my Cobra Kai. Bonsai, I'm the Cobra Kai Kid, and Entertainment Weekly has just dropped 8 new Cobra Kai Season 3 photos. The first Season 3 photo we have is of Johnny, Crease, and Daniel. Now, seeing these 3 together always gives me goosebumps, and none of them look happy right now. It's also strange to see them sitting together and not fighting each other or going at each other in some way, but instead being more civilized and ignoring each other. So they're obviously in a public setting. Where could they possibly be? Well, based on everyone's appearance and their attire, I think that they're all at a courtroom right now. You see Daniel with what looks to be notes in his hand, and you also see a man who's holding notes, so he's probably looking into the trial. Also, if you look at the man who's sitting behind Johnny, that's actually Daniel Macchio, who is Ralph Macchio's son in real life. And yes, Ralph named his son Daniel after Karate Kid. Now, I think Entertainment Weekly accidentally leaked the episodes of each of these photos. When I clicked on this image, this pop-up appeared. Here it says Cobra Kai Season 3 Episode 8. So we have confirmation on when this scene will take place. It will take place in Season 3, Episode 8. And you can kind of already tell it's going to take place later on, as Johnny doesn't have the beard anymore. He looks all cleaned up. So it obviously is taking place later on, because we know Season 3 is going to start with him with the beard. Now, as for whose trial this could possibly be, I'm going to say that it's Robby's trial. I think Johnny, Crease, and Daniel are all going to build a connection with Robby in Season 3, and now they're all attending his trial in support of him. Robby is obviously Johnny's son, Daniel was training Robby, and I think Crease is going to get to Robby somehow and form some sort of bond with him in some way, and now they're all showing their support for Robby here at his trial, or his hearing, and you can see the 3 of them are there for the same purpose, but you see the 3 of them all ignoring each other, and it looks like they just want to get it over with. In our next Season 3 photo, we see Daniel LaRusso and his wife, Amanda LaRusso. Now, this looks a lot like the principal's office in the high school, as you can see the phone, you can see the pens, you can see the tape, the coffee mug, the American flag in the background, the printer, and all the cabinets. It just looks like a principal's office. Also, Daniel and Amanda are sitting together, obviously looking at someone and talking to someone who is most likely Principal Lopez. Now, both of them look absolutely in shock, so whatever conversation they're having with the principal, it doesn't look like it's going too well for them. Now, you would think that this scene would take place in the first episode of Season 3 following the aftermath of the school fight, but it actually doesn't take place until Episode 6 of Season 3. As we can see here, when I double clicked on the picture, it says COB 306, so Cobra Kai Season 3 and then Episode 6. Now, something to quickly point out, this is the same outfit Daniel is wearing in the Cobra Kai Season 3 teaser trailer when we see him crying. He's even wearing the same watch. So since this scene is from Season 3 Episode 6, the little clip of him crying in the Season 3 teaser trailer is also probably from Season 3 Episode 6. Now, why would Daniel and Amanda be at the principal's office in Season 3 Episode 6? Whatever the situation is, it's most likely having to do with Samantha LaRusso. Maybe she's being suspended, or maybe she's being expelled. Now, why would this be happening in Episode 6 rather than in Episode 1 or Episode 2? Maybe Samantha did something else, and now whatever she just did later on in the season is causing her to maybe get expelled. Maybe she got into another fight, probably not with TORY, because TORY is most likely going to be expelled, but maybe with Yasmin, because we know Yasmin is going to be in Cobra Kai Season 3, so maybe she beat up Yasmin or something, I don't know. Now, something to take notice of is Daniel is in West Valley High in Season 3 Episode 6 with Amanda LaRusso. This means he's in California and not Okinawa. So I think this is confirmation that Daniel will not be in Okinawa from Episode 6 till Episode 10 of Season 3. I don't think he's going to go in Episode 1 of Season 3 because we already saw some clips of him which looks like it was from Episode 1. My guess is that he'll leave to go to Okinawa in Season 3 Episode 2 or Episode 3, and that he'll return back home in Episode 5. Because there's no way he could be in Okinawa in Episode 6, since we see a clip of him in Episode 6 and he's definitely not in Okinawa, and he's also in Episode 7 and we also see a clip of him in Episode 8, so he's not in Okinawa in any of these clips. So the Okinawa trip is probably going to happen very early on in the first half of the season. Now, in this Season 3 photo, we see Johnny Lawrence standing over a hospitalized Miguel Diaz. You have a nurse in the background who looks very concerned, and if you look at Johnny, you can see he's all beaten up. His wrists are bleeding, he has blood on his shirt, his face is cut up. So why would Johnny go visit Miguel looking like that? Well, we know Johnny is in a very depressed state of mind, and I think he doesn't really care about his appearance and what he looks like. So even if he just got into a big fight, I think he's gonna go see Miguel anyways because his love for Miguel is so strong. And I've made a couple theories about why he's bleeding and why he's all beaten up. I think he might have got himself into a bar fight, or maybe Crease beat him up. But now Johnny's here visiting Miguel, who's obviously still not awake, and maybe this is going to be the clip from the season 3 teaser where we see Miguel's eyes wake up. Maybe Johnny says something that makes Miguel wake up for the first time. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the scene where Miguel wakes up. Now we can see here that this scene comes from Cobra Kai Season 3 Episode 1, which doesn't come as much of a surprise as we figured Miguel would still be hospitalized in Episode 1, Johnny would have the beard and be all beaten up. And my prediction is that this might even be the last scene of Season 3 Episode 1, and the whole episode will end with Miguel waking up, and then it'll cut to the Cobra Kai logo. Now this Season 3 image is so awesome. Here we see TORY and Hawk in the forefront punching, and you have the other Cobra Kai students in the background, and we can even see some new Cobra Kai students on the right. So Crease is probably training them right now, and as we can see, TORY and Hawk are probably going to be the two main students in the Cobra Kai Dojo. We know Aisha isn't going to be in Season 3, and Miguel is hospitalized, so now it's pretty much TORY and Hawk who's going to be the main students. And the two of them are evil and angry people, so it's going to be exciting to see them lead the other students and to cause so much damage and chaos to this season. Both TORY and Hawk look like they're not messing around, and when we click on this image, we can see that this image comes from Cobra Kai Season 3 Episode 8. So we're going to have this scene of TORY and Hawk training in the same episode of Daniel, Crease, and Johnny in what looks to be trial. Now this image is pretty self-explanatory, no pun intended. Okay, the pun was intended. We basically have TORY and Hawk training now. Is Crease in the front leading them? Possibly. This could be before the scene with Daniel, Crease, and Johnny, and Crease is right now training his students. Now what I'm looking forward to in Season 3 is to see why Crease is training his students. We obviously know he wants to teach them to strike first, strike hard, and no mercy, but what are his lessons towards his students going to do for them? How are they going to take those lessons into the real world? Because we need to see consequence. We need to see why Crease's teachings are bad, why we can't have Crease teaching the Cobra Kai Dojo. What are his influences on these kids? How are these kids going to take these influences into their regular lives? And obviously they're going to take it into their regular lives, but it's not going to be in a good way, and I'm very excited to see how they do it and why. Our next Season 3 clip is of Daniel LaRusso and his daughter Samantha LaRusso. And right away, when you look in the background, you can see a lake with trees. It looks like Daniel took Samantha to the same spot where he took Robby in Season 1, Episode 8. Samantha looks really pissed at Daniel, and Daniel looks like he's trying to mend the relationship between them. So what did Daniel do to piss Samantha off? Well, Daniel does a lot of stuff to piss people off, but I'm a little curious to see what he did to Samantha to make Samantha, who really loves him so much, look so mad at him. I've never seen her look this mad. And Daniel looks very hurt, so Daniel probably took Samantha to the woods to mend their relationship because of a situation which we don't yet know of, but we definitely can tell that whatever the situation was between Samantha and Daniel, it definitely has Samantha being really mad at Daniel. Now this gets me so excited. Here we can see a Season 3 clip of Robby in juvie. I am definitely looking forward to these scenes of Robby and juvie. These are definitely the scenes that I think are the most exciting and that I'm really looking forward to the most in Season 3. He's definitely not a happy camper, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he handles his time in juvie. And if we zoom up on his face, we can see blood next to his left eye. Now yes, this could just be the cut from the school fight, but all his other cuts healed, so why would he just have that one same cut there? I think that's a fresh cut, no pun intended, considering Robby just got a new fresh haircut. But I think he might have got into a fight with someone in juvie, and that's why he's bleeding. I think we're going to see people in the juvie kind of messing with Robby and taking advantage of him, and then that's when Robby's going to really unleash on them and show his karate moves, where I think he'll beat them all up, but then he'll also get that cut as a result. Now we see an officer on the left who's watching Robby, and we see a kid who's lying on his bed in the far back. Now, I'm guessing Robby's not going to have too many friends in juvie, so maybe this kid and him will become friends. Now, this clip comes from Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 3. So Robby's definitely going to be in juvie in episode 3, and I'm guessing he's going to be in juvie for the first half of Cobra Kai season 3. I don't think he'll be in juvie for the whole season, just like I don't think Daniel's going to go to Okinawa for the whole season, just the first half of season 3, and I think that's the same thing with Robby. He's going to be in juvie for just the first half of season 3. Then after that, he'll get out in some way. Now, this next season 3 is definitely one of my favorite images. We can see Crease running his new class, running his new Cobra Kai, and we see all the weapons hanging on the wall, which is absolutely insane. So right away you can see Crease's approach. He's bringing weapons into this. We can even see some sais on the wall, which is the same weapon that was used to attack Daniel in the Cobra Kai season 3 teaser trailer when Daniel's in Okinawa, probably done by Chosen.
Are you sure about that?
Crease has his sais hanging up on the wall with what I believe to be nunchucks and other staffs and weapons. So Crease is obviously taking things to a whole new level with his students, and I love how he has his hands in his belt. I was just talking to Martin Kove about that in a recent interview, so make sure to go check that out. And he talks about where that originated from, where the hands in the belt came from, and I thought it was a really cool story.
I took from him John Crease, his ki, the way he stood, his ki, his hands in his belt. You know, a lot of what I created was from Pat Johnson. So he had the license to go off and do that, you know. And I always told him that it was his attitude, even though he was a good guy. He wasn't as tough as Crease, but it was his basic personality that created my attitude in the character, because I don't do a lot of action. I just have massive amounts of attitude.
So make sure to go check out my interview with Martin Kove. I'm going to put the card to that interview on the top of the screen right now, and I'm also going to include a link in the description below, so check out that interview. It's really cool, and he also drops some hints on Cobra Kai Season 3 and 4, so go check it out. So Crease is addressing his students, and we can see there are a lot of new Cobra Kai students, but the only real main Cobra Kai student we can see is Hawk. Now, as for TORY and Mitch, I don't think they're in this image. I don't know why Mitch isn't in this image right now. I don't know why he's not at the Cobra Kai Dojo. That kind of confuses me. Maybe he's in the back. Maybe we can't really see him. But I would imagine, since he's a mainer character than a lot of the guys here, I think he would be in the front. But as for TORY, I'm not surprised that we're not seeing her now, because this scene takes place in episode 2 of season 3, and TORY's most likely not going to appear until episode 4 again, or just later in the season, because I think she's going to be coming out of jail or juvie, and we're just not going to see her early on in the show. Similar to how her character appeared in the 4th episode of last season. Now, this scene takes place in Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 2. So you have Crease talking to his students, and you can see what looks to be Bert in the front row. I'm hoping that's Bert, because I want to see Crease training Bert. That would be awesome. And in our final Cobra Kai Season 3 image, we can see Dimitri, and sitting next to him is Shane Donovan Lewis's character, who is a student from Miyagi-Do. Now, we can see the kids in the background playing soccer, and we see Dimitri wearing his West Valley High shirt. So they're most likely in gym class right now. They're about to play soccer, but both of them are looking at someone, and we can see the person's hair on the left of the screen. Now, weirdly enough, that person actually kind of looks like Amanda LaRusso. That's who I first thought it was. Now, why would Dimitri and this other student from Miyagi-Do be talking to Amanda LaRusso? Maybe Amanda is collecting information or asking Daniel's students questions about the school fight or something. So I really think Dimitri's just going to be going with the flow in this season. I think he's going to be doing his own thing, and I think he's going to get roped back into the karate. He's going to get roped back into the situation with Hawk and everybody else. But as we can see here, he's hanging out with this other Miyagi-Do student. I think he's trying to do his own thing and move past what happened, but I think the past is going to come back to bite him in the butt. This clip comes from Season 3, Episode 4, so I think everything with Dimitri is going to be pretty normal. I don't think he's going to be focused on too much in the beginning of the season. I think there's so much other stuff that needs to be focused on, so many other characters, that Dimitri's not really going to be in it too much, and I think he's going to start to become a more main character towards the end of the season. Similar to how they had his character in Season 2, he started to become more main as the season progressed. I think it's going to be the same thing with this. So those are the 8 new Cobra Kai Season 3 images released to us from Entertainment Weekly. I was super excited when I saw this, and I am so excited now. I don't know how I just made this video because I'm just so in shock, but I'm so excited. And this means we are going to probably be getting a Cobra Kai Season 3 trailer very soon, and I couldn't be more excited. So let me know your thoughts on these new Cobra Kai Season 3 images. What the heck is going on here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and you're looking for more Cobra Kai Season 3 news, updates, and content, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now and turn on all notifications to never miss a new Cobra Kai video. I upload all news, all announcements as soon as they drop, along with theories, discussions, interviews, and more. Hit that like button to show your support to the channel and share the video with your friends. Also, become a join member on Cobra Kai Kid for more exclusive Cobra Kai content. I'll see you all next time on Cobra Kai Kid, and until then, remember, Cobra Kai never dies.